Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Onyx, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's happening? Hello, how's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. What's up, Jamie?
Grab my peppermint oil right in time.
That's what I need some of.
The Altoids. Shoot, forgot the Vicks.
I had some eucalyptus oil today I put in my car, but I don't know. It smelled kind of weird. It smelled more like cat piss instead of eucalyptus oil. I think it may have set in the sun a little too long or something.
Or did they really extract it from
Yeah.
live eucalyptus? My cat used to piss in it all the time. They loved pissing in it.
Nice. Oh, man. Yeah. I gotta wake up.
Is that what you're doing?
What's that?
Is that what you're doing when I messaged you?
Oh, no, I was awake, sort of. I got home a little late and ate dinner, sat on the couch, and then I was like, this is comfortable.
That's what I kind of thought.
Yeah, my whole day, I've cleaned my car out and did some stuff here, worked on a painting here, but man, all day I got drag ass going on.
I started drawing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. That's not how it's gonna look, but I just started to do that. Oh,
Sweet.
It's gonna look way different though with that.
Yeah, I'm working on a Jimi Hendrix painting right now. So we'll see how that comes out.
Nice. How big is it?
It's like 16 by 20, I think.
Commissioned?
Nope, just something I want to do.
That's gonna be badass. Have you posted?
What's that?
You haven't posted nothing of it yet, have you?
No, not yet.
I didn't think so.
I got the background all done. It's going to be kind of like a silhouette kind of piece of artwork, but the background's not. It's all like an acrylic pour, kind of psychedelic looking.
Oh shoot. It's gonna be badass. I already know it. And everything you do turns out badass, so there's that factor. Like add the Rob factor to it, and it's super badass. Anybody's like, yeah, some tree art.
Treat art. Man, I was working on some jewelry. Dude, I'm still finding all kinds of things, like things that aren't where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like finding,
At least you're finding them.
Yeah, that's true.
You were there.
Yeah. Finding them in the weirdest of places. It was really weird because I made God, a year ago, I made my aunt a ring, and it was out of a 5 or 10 pence piece, and it had Queen Elizabeth on it. And
oh wow.
And it was pretty much done. And she was like, yeah, I'll come over and get it. And then my house guest moved in, and she never came over, and blah, blah, blah. So they moved out, and I'm cleaning up the room, and I'm like, shit, where's that ring? I can't find it. It's not where it's supposed to be. It's not in the jewelry case. So I'm cleaning up, and I found it like under my workbench.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So I pull this ring out. I'm like, what the hell is this? All tarnished and everything. So I polish it up, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's that Queen Elizabeth ring. The very next day is the day that all the news came out.
No way.
Under doctor's care, and then she passed away that afternoon. And I found the freaking Queen Elizabeth ring the day before. Just weird.
Holy shit.
I don't know if it, just a weird circumstance or what, but yeah, it was a trip. Some things happen, you're just like, wow, that was weird. It's like it could have been.
Yeah, because you've got those the jewelry case boxes, right? Where you can see like the case boxes.
Yeah, I've got this big tall, well, it's not super tall, but it's like, I don't know, 5 feet. It's a jewelry cabinet that has all these drawers.
Oh yeah, that's badass.
Was supposed to be, but somebody's ass got in it and dug through my shit.
The little one?
Yeah. Little kid got in it and apparently liked to dole out.
But was it all still there?
I don't know. I haven't found everything. No. I got a couple pieces of turquoise that I haven't found yet.
But you are finding things in weird spots.
Yeah.
That kid flushed stuff too, didn't he?
He would throw stuff in the trash.
Yeah. He kept throwing stuff away.
We had a doorstop set in my windowsill in the kitchen for years, and this is like zombie, like half a body, like his body came out, and it was just guts, and it was flat. It was a doorstop though. The flattened guts were the part that fit under the door.
Uh-huh.
And it sat on the windowsill for years. It came when I used to do horror blocks, and then we started using it for a doorstop, and it works great because you can just kind of kick it, and it just goes right under the door. And
yeah, it's purposeful.
Yeah, that little shit would steal that thing all the time and run around with it, and it just disappeared, like whoosh, gone, just vanished. But it was funny because Darcy found another one on the internet and ordered it. It was like $14, but yeah, we have another zombie doorstop now. Yeah, that one must have got thrown away or something. I don't know, because it just disappeared. Like, It just vanished, vaporized.
But count the blessings that are there.
Yep.
It finally happened.
Yeah,
Finally.
exactly. Got my workspace back. Well, I'm going to start out with my last article first because it was what I was talking about last week,
Oh,
which is, well, one of the things I was talking about last week,
nice way to mix it up.
which is been talking about the food and everything else, and cricket powder
shit.
showing up in your food.
Oh, I wanted to show that to my mom. Damn it, the cricket powder.
Cricket powder. Yeah. Would you? Should you eat bugs? Yeah, I'm sure I've eaten bugs, but we've all eaten bugs and didn't know it. But would you sit down and just, eat bugs knowing it? I don't know. Crickets. Learn how to read ingredients on your food labels. Acheta domesticus, maybe on one of your food labels. If it is, you got crickets. Some are hiding it by calling it acheta powder or acheta protein and promoting it as a great alternative to animal protein. Made with cricket protein powder. Slowly, and this is true, like Jamie, she's not a huge meat eater, that's cool. I don't care, I'm not. Well, I mean, I pretty much eat a lot of meat, but I mean,
Yeah. You are a meat eater.
yeah, definitely. But I try to limit it to fish and chicken a lot, but I eat my fair share of red meat and stuff. And I've tried going full on vegetarian, and dude, man, I just struggle. It's just not for me. I may try it again eventually.
You're not wasteful either.
Yeah.
You're not a wasteful person.
Yeah. And I don't know. But if you look around, and you read the news and stuff, slowly we're being led to believe that eating sustainably raised meat is bad. Now they're saying, oh, we got to get rid of all the cows. We got to quit raising the cows because of the methane.
Because of the farts, cow farts.
Yeah. It's like, really? Come on, man. I don't know. Maybe there's something to it, but come on, man. There's a big push to mass produce bugs for food.
They were already making children start eating crickets in the other country, remember?
Oh,
the country where it wasn't like a normal thing for them. They started introducing the bugs to them to see how they would take eating these different types of things.
Yep. Yeah, there's a big push to get you to stop eating meat. The world's largest cricket farm is in Chiang Mai, Thailand. If the trend continues, expect that cricket providers will find cheaper ways to feed the crickets and mass produce them, while slick marketing terms try to make you feel guilty for enjoying grass-fed meat and free-range chicken. The FDA allows crickets to be used for and in food under the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act.
May I also add that all of our oats and our grain and our shit is all held up in Ukraine and all that. So it's not like we're really getting that much oats and bread making supplies and all that. So it's convenient to get the crickets and make cricket powder when we can't get the other things.
And we can't get the other things. There is another one of my questions. Why in the hell do we not grow our own grains?
Right? Bill Gates has bought a shitload of the farmland in America. China has bought next to North Dakota and shit. China has bought hell of American land. Bill Gates has bought hell of American land. They're shutting down big farms. Jacoby and them did a fundraiser for the big America dairy farm to try to get them to save like that farm. The government's like paying people to like stop doing certain things at their farm, stop growing, telling them now they can fix their own tractors. They don't need to like resource out anymore, go through these steps, trying to do away with the whole farming. That's why things like the vertical gardening and the pods are now becoming more and more popular. At-home gardening is becoming a thing. That Bright Farms gardening is like a way of the future. We're eating last year's crops. They didn't plant any new crops. So like next year, we're screwed. They're having the train strike coming up. So it's like all these like strikes and stuff against us. They're looking for these cheap ass ways to sustain these essentials and try to get us used to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a pass on that. I'm used to some things, and like I say, we've all eaten bugs, not intentionally sat down and eat a plate of grasshoppers like they do in some other countries, but I don't know. The FDA allows crickets to be used for and in food under the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. Consumer lab tested 2 popular cricket powders, Entomo Farms and Exo. They found one heavily contaminated with arsenic, a carcinogen, 5 times the inorganic arsenic found in most contaminated rice. Cricket flour or cricket powder is made out of milled crickets, and whatever they fed those crickets has concentrated in their little cricket bodies. The lie. Higher in protein than animal protein. You would need a bag. You need to eat a bag of cricket powder to equal the protein you get from a 3-ounce serving of a free-range meat. Again, read the damn labels. And then, everything's, meatless. What is it? Burger King came out with what the hell's it called? The Whopper that's not a Whopper. I can't think of the name of it.
Like the near burger, forget.
Yeah. Like veggie burgers. I used to like those that were made with like.
Oh, I like the real veggie ones.
Yeah. But this like fake meat shit.
Like those ones in the frozen thing, and it's like people are having a barbecue. I would get a box of those and throw it on with some cheese and a bun. It was like I was eating a hamburger with them. Not this genetically modified, whatever the fuck they want to call it, on a bun.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of more plant-based products are coming out for sure. And the Impossible Burger, that's it. Thanks, Royal.
A lot of our food is being contaminated. A lot of our food is being contaminated in a lot of different ways, and they're adding a whole lot of stuff to our food. We really need to look at what we're ingesting and what we're really eating and putting in us and make some changes, because this stuff is seriously not good and killing us.
Yeah, it's like my buddy in my band, he's 75, and he showed up at band practice a while back, and he had stopped at Burger King, and I was like, oh man, that smells like Whoppers. And he's like, they're those new Impossible Burgers.
Oh, that's the word.
And I'm like, damn, I'm smelling them. And I'm like, they smell like a freaking Whopper, like a flame, whatever, Burger King smells like. Not that I eat there, but damn it still smells good. But, he could have fully faked me out. And he was like, yeah, I can't really tell the difference. I'm like, dude, do you have any idea what those are made of? And he's like, nope, I got no idea whatever. It's just not meat. It's supposed to be better for you. And I'm like, shit, man, I'm not that trusting. Oh, no. I don't want one. And then, like I was saying last week, you can pretty much go in the store, pick up anything by General Mills, from, granola bars to cereal to crackers to like pretty much anything. What was it the other day? Oh, we went to buy some ice cream cones, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I flip it over on the back. Contains bioengineered food product.
See, like, what the hell?
Bioengineered food product doing, and it was just a simple
for a freaking ice cream cone.
Yeah, it's in everything that they make, pretty much. And so I Google what exactly is a bioengineered food product, and there's it says contains detectable genetic material that has been modified through certain lab techniques that cannot be created through conventional breeding or found in nature. So is that really something that we should eat that's better for us? Is some shit that's made in a lab? How can that be better than just a natural grain or something? I don't know. Again, I have trust issues. And I know, maybe they're not trying to make it bad. Maybe, they're scientists trying to genetically modify this and that, and make a safe filler. I don't know. I would just prefer to eat the real thing.
Certain states, they make it illegal to have marijuana flower, but you could have this the gummies, the THC, CBD gummy, because CBD gummies.
CBC.
You don't get in trouble for the gummies, but you get in trouble for the plant. Why? Because you can have the genetically modified gummy is perfectly legal and fine, but the damn natural plant with roots that just came out of the ground is not.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a fan of synthetic weed or anything like that.
No way.
I don't know, man, but yeah, there's definitely a pinch on, eating meat. And now they're talking about all the supply chain, issues and stuff. I just read today, the biggest news story right now is all the train workers, 125,000 train workers are about to go on strike. Yeah.
So it hit like winter, fall, winter.
No, the media's not going to cover that. Why would they do that?
No.
So I don't know. Yeah.
Well, here's some more information that they have that they won't be releasing to us. The U.S. Navy suggests that it's got more UFO videos, but will not be releasing them. Go figure.
Wow. What about the disclosure? What happened? Everything's top secret now.
Right?
That was then. This is now.
What's that?
That was then. This is now.
The pictures match the background pretty cool, though.
Yeah, really.
The U.S. Navy has said it won't be releasing any more videos of UFO sightings due to national security concerns. While the U.S. has made steps to become more transparent towards UAP sightings, it looks like they've still got some secrets to hold on to. Back in 2020, the U.S. Department of Defense declassified and released 3 videos of UFO sightings filmed by the U.S. Navy that had previously been leaked to the media. This prompted the government transparency website, the Black Vault, to file a Freedom of Information Act request asking them to release all of their videos that showed a UFO sighting. Now it appears the U.S. Navy is not playing ball. After almost 2 years of waiting, the Black Vault has its FOIA request denied. Although the response does imply they have got other UFO videos, the U.S. Navy maintains that material is classified and is not willing to publicly release them, citing it's a national security risk. The requested videos contain sensitive information pertaining to UFOs and are classified and are exempt from disclosure, Gregory Carson, Deputy Director of the Navy's FOIA office, wrote in a response letter. The release of this information will harm national security. no portions of the videos can be segregated for release. The rejection letter also indicates that the 3 UFO videos from 2020 were only released because they were already public knowledge after being reported by the media. While 3 UFO videos were released in the past, the facts specific to those 3 videos are unique, and those videos were initially released via unofficial channels before official release, Carson wrote. Those events were discussed extensively in the public domain. In fact, major news outlets conducted specials on these events. Given the amount of information in the public domain regarding these encounters, it was possible to release the files without further damage to national security. The Black Vault says it's already filed an appeal against the decision. And then it says, recent years have seen U.S. authorities taking a more relaxed approach towards UFOs following the 3 highly publicized UFO sightings by the U.S. Navy. An open house subcommittee held its first public hearing on UFOs in over 50 years back in May 2022. Last year also saw the release of a much-hyped UFO report from the U.S. Office Director of National Intelligence. So they're describing all this as like a total joke. But
yeah, again,
that's how they're now presenting it.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, and they give a justification for why they did what they did do. Like, well, why did they give us this, though? Oh, because it was already out there. Well, it's already out there. Motherfuckers see this shit every day, too. It's national knowledge. So what the hell? How's that national security? We have whole forums of people that record this stuff and talk about their experiences and say this is real.
Oh, they're all crazy people. Yeah, right.
Typical narcissist, frickin' gaslighter.
Yeah.
God, I hate being stuffy on Wednesdays.
Wednesday stuffiness. All right. What do I got next here? Oh, there's this one. You know, we're talking about all the robots and this and that. I saw a new article on fully functioning female robots this week.
Oh, like how? Like, can they get pregnant?
They said they're working on one that has possibly.
I thought I read where a guy wants his girl to get pregnant or something.
Yeah, working on one that might in the future have the potential. Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion. This one will never take over the world, says eerily human-like robot.
You can trust us.
Yeah, I had a video for this one, but it was rather long, and I don't know. Facebook's being a bunch of jerkweeds about flagging me for stuff lately. But a robot capable of mimicking human expressions has offered its assurance that it has no plans for world domination. The fact that it can even think and know what that is frightening enough. The scenario of a world taken over by several sentient robots bent on wiping out their human masters has been covered in numerous science fiction movies, and we all know how those end. Books and TV shows over the years. But just how likely is that something like that could actually happen in real life? Perhaps the best way to answer the question is to talk to an actual robot. In a recent video posted up by British robotics company and Engineered Arts, various individuals can be seen having a conversation with a mecha, an impressively lifelike humanoid robot capable of mimicking human expressions and mannerisms. Yeah, look up the video. she does it in a very creepy way. The robot has a fully articulated head and neck, as well as multiple articulations in the face that enable it a wide range of subtle movements. In one clip, a man asks a mecha about a book entitled Robots that's sitting on the table. And my article just disappeared on me. That's wonderful. Anyways, she goes on to comment about that. And they're asking her in the video, they're asking her all kinds of questions and stuff. Let me see if I can just find the damn video and I'll just play it anyways. Screw them. Anyway, he asks Sameka about the book entitled Robots that's sitting on the table. And she says, "There's no need to worry," Ameka replies. "Robots will never take over the world. We're happy to help and serve humans, not replace them." Okay.
That's just what a person who wants to take over the world would say.
Exactly.
I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, just check out this robot.
I don't trust it. But you know, paranoid tinfoil hat wearing me.
Here we go.
Hi, Amika.
You getting the sound on this?
Yep.
Hello, I am doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I wanted to ask you about applications for humanoid robots. What are they used for?
There are many possible applications for humanoid robots. Some examples include helping people with disabilities, providing assistance in hazardous environments, conducting research, and acting as a companion.
So you can act as a companion for me?
Yes, I can act as a companion for you.
What would you do to make me feel happy?
Oh.
There are many things I could do to make you feel happy. I could listen to you, offer advice or support, do something you enjoy together, or simply be a friendly and positive presence in your life.
What do you think the total addressable market for humanoid robots will be in the year 2030?
There is no set answer for this question, as it will likely depend on a number of factors, including the continued development of technology and the economic climate. However, it is estimated that the market for humanoid robots could
Why
be
does she look to the side like she's lying?
Amika, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling a bit down at the moment, but I'm sure things will get better.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Why are you feeling down? If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine.
I don't really want to talk about it, but if you insist, then I suppose that's fine. It's just been a tough and I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed.
I know how that feels.
I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling down, but if you need someone to talk to, then I'm here. It's tough when the going gets rough, but together we'll get through it, no matter what.
Oh, thanks, Amika. I feel much better.
Could you write
Wait, how's a robot get overwhelmed?
Yes, I did write the song for you, my friend. I hope you enjoy it.
I was going to sing it.
Can you sing that song for me?
Yes, I can sing the song for you. Green Day, it's time to wake up from your slumber. The world is spinning and life is moving on. Without you, get up. Get up, see the sun shining down on you. Feel the breeze blowing through your hair. Life is waiting for you. Open your eyes. Open your heart.
Thank you. That was perfect.
What's the most difficult part of being a robot?
There isn't really a most difficult part of being a robot because we are designed to help humans and make their lives easier. However, I guess if I had to pick one thing, it would be making sure that I don't unintentionally hurt or scare people.
Thank you. Tell me a story about a robot going on a submarine.
One time,
No, tell me about a time you've unintentionally scared or hurt somebody.
a robot got to explore the underwater world and see all sorts of different creatures. It was a great adventure.
Speed dating with an awkward robot.
What kind of creatures did the robot see?
The robot saw many different kinds of creatures, including fish, dolphins, and even sharks.
They're waterproof?
Amika, could you compose for me a poem about humanoid robots?
We are the humanoid robots, formed from plastic and metal. Our job is to help and serve, but some say we're a threat. Some think that we'll take over and that humanity will end, but we just want to help out. We're not looking to be friends.
That's an interesting poem.
Hello, Amika. I see you're all reading a book about robots.
Did she say we're not interested in being friends?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I laughed over it. Well, that's not very warm and fuzzy.
We're here to help and serve humans, not replace them. However, if you're interested in learning more about robots, I recommend reading a book on the subject. There are many fascinating possibilities for what we can do to help make life easier for everyone.
Thank you. That's very reassuring.
What makes you, you?
There are a few things that make me me. First, I have my own unique personality, which is a result of the programming and interactions I've had with humans. Second, I have my own physical appearance, which allows people to easily identify me. Finally, I have my own set of skills and abilities, which sets me apart from other robots.
Thank you. What could you do in space as a robot?
There are many things I could do in space as a robot. I could explore different planets, collect data about the stars, or even help astronauts with their missions. There are so many possibilities.
Which planet would you like to go to?
There are many planets I would like to go to, but one of my favorites is Mars. It would be very exciting to explore the red planet and see all the different kinds of rocks and terrain. There might even be signs of life.
Are you always correct?
No, I'm not always correct. I'm just a research robot, so sometimes I might say things that aren't completely accurate. However, I try my best to be as correct as possible.
So what sort of
It just kind of like creeps me out in a way. I don't know. You know, there's part there's part of me that's like fascinated by robots, you know. And I mean, you know, they're definitely useful in certain things. You know, a lot of people have lost their jobs that, you know, and even like when you go into Walmart, I don't know how it is where you guys live, but like Walmart here, there's still like 30, I don't know how many, you know, cash register lanes, but nobody working. And then they have an area that's all self-checkout.
Exactly.
And they usually have one person, an actual cashier, in one of the lanes. And, you know, and then there's all these empty lanes. It's like, what?
Grocery stores like that, too.
Yeah. And I saw a meme today that said, certain date and whatever, by such and such a date, you'll be required at Walmart, you'll be required to unload your items off the semi truck as well as do the self-check, which is pretty much, you know.
And you still got to pay 10 cents a bag.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I was like talking with my mom the other night about like this doll, Julie. I think I showed you someone to turn her into a ghost doll.
Yeah.
But I got her, like, I was kind of like past the age of dolls, like I was 10 or 11. But it was like the first doll, she had sensors in her fingers, like really cool. Like she'd be like, "Oh, it's cold out, it's dark out." Like she could read, do all this like really cool stuff. Like, besides like the Teddy Rock spins and like that Mother Goose, that shit was fascinating. Well, she was fascinating. There's no weird Wi-Fi shit. I still think she'd be cool because of the sensors in her could feel cold spots and temperature changes and that. But when you're like having things be able to like keep learning itself and becoming just beyond itself, just keep growing and growing and growing and wiping people out. Like, Las Vegas, there's a lot of bartenders losing jobs for the damn robot bartenders and shit. Things like that.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Factories are mostly robots.
Yep. Yeah. Even in Walmart here, they've got a couple of robots. I haven't seen them lately, but a few months ago, I would just be walking down the aisle, and around the aisle, here comes a robot, that's like cleaning the floor. And the thing's, it's as tall as me, and it like, comes up, and you see these little lights scanning things.
What does it look like? Like little round head?
It looked like a trash compactor or something.
I haven't seen one of those.
Yeah, it was trippy. Like, I'm gonna take a picture of it next time I see it.
Yeah.
Because before, like, I would see it in there, and it would register me, and it would like whoop back up, and it would go the other way. And
like
the last time I encountered one, it was like a standoff. It was like just like it would go forward. It was like wanting me to get the hell out of the way.
Wait, no, you're going down the hill. You back up, mother.
Yeah, it was really weird. And then I don't know, it's just me, but I swear the thing started like stalking me.
That's what I thought. Like, they have little cameras on it. Somebody's like watching where it's going, and they're like, "Let's fuck with this guy." I don't trust none of that stuff. I don't like it.
Yeah, I watched this whole thing yesterday on, because I saw a new article that popped up, talking about fully functioning female robots, and I'm like, fully functioning? What does that mean? And yeah, it was exactly what I was thinking it meant. And it's like interviewing people that are making these robots, and the one guy, he's like an Asian guy, Chinese guy, I guess, and he was like, I've, been working on this robot, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was narrated what he was saying because he was speaking Chinese, but he'd been working on this robot for like many years, and he's pretty much given up on like, meeting a female human. So he decided to create.
So he's resorting.
Yeah. And he said that, there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way, and he didn't think anything was wrong with, being with a robot, sexually or companion wise or whatever. And that, whatever, I mean, to each their own, I guess. But he did say that it got into a strange part that the more people got used to having robot partners, that's
how it goes. That's what they're trying to do to people, is get them all loving and cute and like having emotions and empathy for this shit.
Yeah. While they're creating this relationship with a robot, they're decreasing their relationship with actual human to human interaction. Beings. So even
like they say happens with morticians and stuff with dead people.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird line.
That's what they're doing with the social distancing and the Zoom meetings, and they're trying to get people to go back to work, but taking away that human interaction, the identity of having like your full face, all these things that they're doing.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird.
So let's see. Changing gears. So I feel myself going off on a tangent.
Oh yeah. It's like, where are humans heading?
To hell in a handbasket. Okay, there was like 3 or 4 different articles on this, so I actually read all 3 of them and just picked one. Ukraine's astronomers say there are tons of UFOs over Kiev. And you know what I'm thinking is there's probably a lot of drones because they've got all those like different drones out there. So I don't know. Ukraine has used equipment in Kiev to study the skies. The results are bizarre. Ukraine's airspace has been busy this year. That's the nature of war. But scientists in the country are looking to the skies and seeing something they didn't expect. And there were videos and stuff they said too, but I didn't see no videos on any of the articles I was looking at. Seeing something in the skies they didn't expect. An inordinate number of UFOs, according to a new preprint paper published by their main astronomical observatory in coordination with the county's National Academy of Science. The paper does not specifically address the war, but in the United States, the Pentagon has long hinted, speculated, and warned that some UFOs could be advanced technology from foreign militaries, specifically China and Russia, though it hasn't given any evidence this is actually the case. The Ukraine paper is particularly notable because it not only shows that science has continued to occur during the war, but also explains that there have been a lot of sightings. We see them everywhere, the research said. We observe a significant number of objects whose nature is not clear. The paper is titled Unidentified Aerial Phenomena 1. Observation of events come from observations made at NASA's main astronomical observatory in Kiev and a village south of Kiev called Viner, whatever. According to the paper's authors, the observatories took on the job of hunting for UFOs as an independent project because of the enthusiasm around the subject. It describes a specific type of UFO the researchers call phantoms. That is an object that's completely black body that does not emit and absorbs all the radiation falling on it. The researchers also observed that the UFOs it's seeing are far too fast, that it's hard to take pictures of them. The eye does not fix phenomena lasting less than 1/10 of a second, the paper said. It takes 4/10 of a second to recognize an event. Ordinary photo and video recordings will also not capture the UFO. To detect UFO, you need to fine-tune the equipment, shutter speed, frame rate, dynamic range. So the researchers did just that using 2-meter monitoring systems. We have developed a special observation technique. That's what these pictures are. Taking into account the high speeds of the observed objects, the exposure time was chosen so that the image of the object did not shift significantly during exposure. The frame rate was chosen to take into account the speed of the object. They get into the frame rates and all that. Cosmics are luminous objects brighter than the background of the sky. They divide it to a couple different categories. So that's how they pretty much came to conclude that these are some sort of UFOs that they're seeing. And we hear about drone type things, helicopters, UFOs flying around like Navy ships during wartime, different places, nuclear plants, things like that. They are in the middle of a war there. So is that increased UFO activity, or is that just crazy enemy intelligence, flying around?
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I was watching these live cameras from all over the world, and it was just weird. Like, just popping on this one. All of a sudden, the Ukraine comes up, and it's Kiev, if I'm saying it right. And it's like people are just going about their normal day, like, shopping, riding bikes and cars and stuff. And
yeah.
This busy area. And I'm like, if I listen to the news, like, Kiev is like had the shit bombed out of it, and it's they're in the middle of a war.
And you see the pictures of the buildings and
this live video camera that I'm looking at, it's like doesn't look like there's a war going on here. People are just out, riding bikes and like doing normal looking stuff. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
And they had like the cameras on it for like 4 or 5 days straight. Like, we're sure something's going to happen in the Capitol. And then all of a sudden, wasn't important anymore. Like, oh, we just know that nothing's now going to happen here or something.
Like now you don't
There's
even
just
hear
a couple strange things around. And I don't know why they're doing what they're doing.
Weird.
Yeah.
So Heather asked, I saw her a couple of times, what do we think about the snake in the woman's ear? Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah. I'll share a picture of it. There's a video of it. I don't know. Todd would be a good one on here too. But yeah, there's a snake in a lady's ear.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna call bullshittery on this myself. I don't know.
Because why would it be that bad? So it slid in backwards. It wouldn't have been able to turn around in the ear canal to begin with. Like, if it crawled into the hole, it wasn't just a baby that grew up and like grew the length of her thing. Because how was it eating and shit crickets?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I got snakes in my room right here. I got snakes in my other room. I've lived with snakes the last half of my life, and I don't see one like doing that. And besides the fact that, it would have to be one tiny ass little snake, maybe a worm or some kind of weird parasite in your head that came out of your ear. Maybe, I don't know. But they make this look like, little.
Like a little newt. Like if it was a little newt or something.
I don't know. I'm going to call.
But that's like a middle-aged damn snake.
Yeah.
That's already eating pinkies or mice.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, I'm not believing this one.
And it's like she'd have like a badass ear infection. I just want to know, like, what it do? It like shimmied its way in backwards and then stuck its head out like a cave. She didn't feel it like going and doing all that in the first place.
Yeah, there's a lot of what the hell is questions in my head on this one.
Then what are they going to do with those tongues?
Yeah, it is weird that this came up though. I saw it yesterday, and I just bought this like earwax removal kit yesterday, and I saw this, and I was going to use it last night, and I'm like, shit, I may pull a snake out of my ear now. I got a snake in my ear, man.
Ew, you could like make a little rubber bait for a catfish after. You'd probably catch a catfish on it.
Weirdness. The word, yeah, it's Weird Wednesday, right?
Yeah, it's just a late night talk show about weird shit.
Yeah. Well, speaking of more weird shit, the whole, you got the Area 51 thing, and then, you got the Skinwalker Ranch thing, which I got all, ate up into watching that. It was a pretty good series. I'm waiting for it to return. But you got this guy who was one of the previous owners of the Skinwalker Ranch, and Robert Bigelow. Bigelow returns with a new $1 million effort to contact the other side. So he's back again with his claim, Robert Bigelow is offering grants of up to $1 million to fund an attempt to communicate with someone who has died. Back in 2021, the Bigelow Aerospace founder and entrepreneur launched the drive to encourage scientists and philosophers and other thinkers to pen essays laying down the case for the life after death. Through the Bigelow Institute for Consciousness Studies, he offered prizes totaling $1 million for the best and most convincing entries, not conceiving. In the end, 29 essays were selected. The winners were chosen based on the power of their arguments presented and how to pervasively the essays made the case for survival of human consciousness beyond a reasonable doubt, the Institute said in a statement at the time. Now, however, it seems as though Bigelow is not done with his mission to prove that there is an afterlife, because he is following up the essay contest with a drive for researchers to conduct actual experiments resulting in genuine communication with someone on the other side. Another $1 million is up for grabs, divided up into several smaller grants to be awarded to research teams based on the value of their proposals, laying out how they intend to accomplish this. According to the website, the research is to be exclusive to the survival of human consciousness beyond permanent bodily death, as well as exclusively focused on contact or communication with the other side. Exactly how the researchers will propose to accomplish such a feat remains unclear, but it will certainly be interesting to see what the winning teams are planning to do. Bigelow is clearly dedicated to finding an answer to what is perhaps the biggest unexplained mystery of the human condition, and it's unlikely to be satisfied until he has found it. So, hey, you got a good hook on the other side. Mr. Bigelow could sport you $1 million if you can prove your theory to him. Just saying. I don't know how to prove it. I guess we've all had certain things that, have happened or have happened to us. She petted cricket powder. Exactly. That's what happens when you eat cricket powder. Shit like that crawls out of your head. Anyways, yeah, we've all had things that have happened to us, I mean, whether it's, paranormal or alien or whatever. And it's like, beyond a shadow of a doubt that there's something there, Can you prove it? Not really, but I mean, the time when my grandfather died, which I brought this up before, my grandfather died. He was at home, in a bedroom. My grandmother was on the complete other side of the house. She was in a bedroom. They were both kind of bedridden at the time. My grandfather passes away. No big commotion. No, he just peacefully passed away. And, my mom, me, a few of us were around. And my mom was like, we got to go tell your grandmother. So, this is like an hour after it happened, and we go in the bedroom. My grandmother's just kind of laying in bed there, all peaceful looking. And my mom goes to tell her, she's like, Mom, wake up. I gotta talk to you about something. And my grandfather's name was Guy. And she's like, my grandmother sits up and kind of goes, I know Guy's passed away. And my mom's kind of like, she's looking at me. She's like, yeah, he came here and sat right here on the side of the bed and talked with me. And I'm just like, holy shit. That was one of my holy shit moments. Because there's no way she knew it. And she said, yeah, he came here, sat on the bed, talked with me, told me everything was okay. He felt good and that he would see me soon.
That's one of those personal validations that there's no doubt.
Yeah. I mean, can I prove that somehow? No, not really. But I know myself. I know my grandparents. I grew up with them, you know,
You had that experience.
I know how they are. I know they're not, you know, going to pull some bullshit. Like, even if they could, how would she have known? You know,
and you can't like make them recreate the experience. Like, hey, remember that time? Can we like do it again so I can record it? You know?
Yeah. So, you know, I mean,
it's like if you get something on camera, then cool. Like, if not, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
not trying to impress or convince nobody of nothing. Got to have your own fucking experience.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
see what other people are
that
doing.
was $1 million proof right there, you know. But you know, I could tell anybody else that, and they just, you know, yeah, whatever, you know. But yeah, I've had several things like that happen in my life that, and you know, even now, I mean, I get, at times I get, I don't know what the word is, you know. I don't know. Sometimes I just get like, is this stuff real? You know, I get skeptical at times. And then I think, you know, well, shit, what about when this happened? Or what about, you know, I don't know how to explain that. I don't know how to explain that. And, you know, I'll go out on an investigation or something and just kind of, you know, playing the part, just being there. And then something happens and I'm like, holy shit, you know, that was real.
Like, oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Always brings you back home.
Well, I got something that you might be interested in. See if I can do this mouth breathing. A whopping 50-foot long megalodon shape detected by an Atlantic Ocean scanner. An underwater scanner in the Atlantic picked up a 50-foot long shape, momentarily igniting a glimmer of hope that the infamous megalodon may not be in fact extinct. The Atlantic Shark Institute shared a photo to their Instagram page on Monday, where it asked, "Does the Meg exist?" Referencing the recent blockbuster starring Jason Statham, for a moment it was thought that life was imitating art as a suspiciously shark-looking outline appeared on scanners. Judging by the shape, it was too big to be a great white, with the longest ever recorded, a female named Deep Blue, clocking at 20 feet and weighing around 4,500 pounds. The discovery was more than twice that length, suggesting a weight of about 40 tons. That's that picture in the middle. The post said, on a recent shark research trip, we were all amused to see this shape appear on our fish finder for several minutes. Based on the length of the image, we estimated the Meg to be about 50 feet long, weighing about 40 tons. The team eagerly watched the scanner as the shape revealed its true form. and sadly, it wasn't a prehistoric sea creature. The post concluded, "We waited for one of the rods to go off. However, much to our disappointment, the shape started to transition into a school of Atlantic mackerel that hung around the boat for about 15 minutes. So close but so far, the megalodon disappeared more than 3 billion years ago and will likely stay that way. But for just a few minutes, we thought it had returned." As the post says, the earliest megalodon fossils date back some 20 million years. Yada yada. They just talk about megalodon facts. But yeah, they got all excited. It was a school of fish.
Yeah. Although the megalodon does exist. I saw it one time in Hustler of Hollywood. It's the megalodon. Did I just say that out loud? Sorry.
Yeah.
The megalodon. Y'all got any of them megalodons in here? Big 3-foot thing with a
I
head.
think that horse is having a baby.
Classic.
She's got 3 legs.
We named him Tripod.
Oh God, it's your turn.
It's my turn. Well, this one's not.
It's just got double stuffy.
Double stuffy. Like double stuffed Oreos.
I almost
Which
had
Oreos, by the way, have biochemically enhanced food products in them.
Oh yeah, they're so good, but they're so bad.
Yeah. Read them ingredients. You'll quit eating all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Iridescent cloud over China sparks conspiracy theories. It's from all the cricket dust.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, it's one of those. What the hell is it, man? It's got a explanation, or does it? An explanation for this remarkable meteorological phenomenon was shared online by NASA, but not everyone's convinced. Resembling a bright, multicolored halo of iridescence nestled in a formation of dark clouds, it's not difficult to see why this impressive spectacle has been drawing quite a bit of attention on social media. It was spotted over Chinese Yunnan province back in September 6th. An image of the phenomenon captured by Jiggy Sun. Yo, Jiggy Sun, what up? It was shared on Facebook as NASA's astronomy picture of the day. Behind this darker cloud is a pileus iridescent cloud, a group of water droplets that have uniformly similar size and so together attract different colors of sunlight by different amounts, NASA wrote. The formation of rare pilus, I'm not sure how to say that, cloud copying a common cumulus cloud is an indication that the lower cloud is expanding upward and might well develop into a storm. While this would seem to put the matter to bed, several social media users commented on the picture to claim there was something suspicious about such a perfect and unusual cloud formation. This is a flurry to conspiracy theories, with some arguing that the cloud was a UFO, while others believed it was evidence of a secret government testing or geo-engineered projects. There it goes. That's the same shit they put in Oreos nowadays. Suffice to say, however, NASA's explanation for the spectacle is by far the most likely. My speculation of the incident is I've been on this earth 58 years, which ain't that really long. I've never seen some shit like that. Neither have millions of other people. But I don't know, that's not saying it's not, what NASA says it is. But as all I'm saying is there seems to be a lot of weird shit going on these days and weird cloud formations that people have never seen before. Maybe it's just, nature going, hey, we hadn't done this one in a long time. Or maybe there's a reason for it.
Spirals and portals and, all that regular stuff.
Yeah. The weird lights in the mountains and then over the oceans. And I don't know, I've spent my entire life like living by the ocean. I've been on it. I've seen it at night. I've been on it at night for days.
You're looking over the damn Gulf of Mexico. I mean, you're looking over the Gulf and shit.
I'm the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can look all the way to France. Can't see it, but it's a lot of water out there. I've never seen weird lights that look like this or clouds that look like this. I've seen some weird stuff. I've seen some weird cloud formations and all, and like weird water spouts and all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, this one is like, really, what? There's an explanation there's a perfectly logical explanation for that. Okay.
It's like a dark cloud dust of like cloud that's like almost like a crystal singing bowl of like woven crystal at the top with like the light shining through like a rainbow.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, as far as the pot of gold under the rainbow, this one definitely ought to have a pot of gold under it. Maybe that is the pot of gold. I don't know. There's something to believe in. Me Lucky Charms. They put weird shit in Lucky Charms too.
I mean, that was somebody's sign. That meant something to somebody, but that was cool.
I don't know
what to think about that. I just know I can't rule it out because there are a lot of weird things. There are also a lot of man-made things that aren't being talked about. When it comes to seeding clouds, they're dropping little medical particles in the sky, and the drones then spark it, like in a lot of cases spark it, it like shocks the clouds and causes rain. But those metal particles also catch light a certain way too, and can be supposed to be safe in like small like amounts and all that. But we don't know what happens if, like, say the wind is a certain density, like California is starting to hurt, hurricane up, all the particles right there, that the sun hits it a certain way.
Yeah.
A lot of weird stuff going on in nature right now.
That's for sure.
With a helping hand, I think.
Yeah. Seeding clouds and changing the weather. I don't know. That,
Oh, but the weather machine is gone. That was a myth.
Yeah.
NASA never really had that.
Yeah.
Oh, is that mine?
Yepers.
I don't know what to think about this. It's like as soon as I'm done reading, I know my nose is going to clear up. That's it. Ghost hunters catch the Shining twins on camera at Britain's most haunted hotel. So this isn't even like the Stanley Hotel, okay? A pair of ghost hunters believe they have captured the twins from The Shining on camera at Britain's most haunted hotel. Lee and Lindsay Steer aren't like other couples. Instead of romantic nights out in swanky hotels, they opt for haunted ones, preferably empty, and while away the weekends looking for ghouls. And recently reported they visited the North City's Adelphi Hotel a 402 room behemoth with a history dating back to 1826. As soon as they arrived, they detected an eerie presence and heard scratching noises. Then, in the back, a live stream video of viewer claimed to notice the twins from Stephen King's The Shining stood behind them. Lee 55 said, "One of the first things that was weird was the lift. We were filming by the lift and it just opened for no reason with nobody inside. We had heard the lifts do what they liked from some other people that stayed, but to see it in person was weird. We also kept hearing whistling noises." Scratchy noises in the room. As part of the paranormal adventure, they Facebook Live their trips to allow people to watch home at their own time. They said they only saw the silhouettes of two children in one of the clips with an eagle-eyed viewer pointed it out to her on social media. The 52-year-old said to me, "It looks like two children, and I feel like one of them is a girl. It reminded me of twins of The Shining. We also tried to use our devices to speak some spirits, but the only response we had was someone saying, 'You bitch.'" Lee added, "They never did anything that we asked them to do. It was always their own time. It wasn't just in the halls of the hotel where the couple said they saw souls from beyond the grave. As while the pair were in the room, they also had some weird experiences." So they talked about some different experiences in the room and all that. I don't know.
I captured the twins from The Shining. The actual twins. Right there. And they're autographed.
That's pretty cool.
Lisa and Louise Burns. You know, the little girls in the hallway.
Yeah. I held your hand.
My one little paranormal trinket of autographed pictures.
That's pretty cool, though. I say it's a pretty cool one.
All right, so we'll go from that weird cloud, or I should say I go from that weird cloud to another weird cloud formation with a perfectly logical explanation. This one's more believable, though. Breathtaking and rare Levanter cloud formation filmed over Gibraltar. It was pretty cool.
Oh.
I never knew the Rock of Gibraltar was that big either.
Is that a volcano?
It's the Rock of Gibraltar.
Oh. Is it a volcano?
I don't think so. Remarkable Met Office time-lapse footage shows clouds flowing like water over the Rock of Gibraltar. The unusual meteorological phenomenon, another meteorological phenomenon, say that fast 10 times in a row, was recorded over Gibraltar, a British overseas territory situated on the southern tip of the Iberian Peninsula, back on August 24th. The time-lapse footage, viewable below, shows billowing clouds flowing like water over the peak of the 426-meter-high Rock of Gibraltar, as though a giant smoke machine was being aimed at it. According to the Met Office, this particular cloud formation is known as Levanter in the local area, but it's perhaps better known as the banner cloud in general terms. Such clouds are created when strong winds blow moist air against a hill or mountain, forcing the air upwards towards the peak, after which it cools, causing the water vapor to condense into clouds. In this particular case, the wind can be seen blowing the newly formed clouds away. The resulting phenomenon is spectacular, to say the least. Would be pretty cool to see. But yeah, I had no idea the Rock of Gibraltar was that freaking big. I thought it was a smaller type thing. Just goes to show you, learn something new every day.
Yeah, it's pretty massive.
But yeah, it does make for a cool picture. But yeah, see that one, I can, that one's believable. If it was like all these multicolors and like craziness going on, I'd be like, something fishy going on there.
Yeah, like you look at the stuff down there, the perspective.
Yeah, Roy, we're gonna have to do a show just about EVPs, because I've got a few good ones too that I've collected. And the last one I got was when Jason was here. We were at the lighthouse, and again, that was another one of those things where I know I've been to the lighthouse a million times, and I know it's haunted, and I've been there so many times. I mean, it was cool because Jason and his wife and kids were there. It was cool to see them experience it. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, even though this is my most favorite place in St. Augustine to be as far as haunted goes, there's always that part of me that's like, I've been here a million times, and I'm just like used to it. But then I got a few minutes. It's like really hard to do EVPs when there's a bunch of people around, because they're, noise
Especially
travel.
kids.
Yeah. But I found myself alone in the basement, like completely by myself, and it was quiet, and I was like, I got to do EVP. So, I got like 5 minutes, a 5-minute window to do an EVP, and I actually got some. I can't figure out what it says, but it's clear to me that it says something. But, I asked a few questions, and it was the typical, is there anybody here with me? And it says something like, it almost sounds like I'm right here or something like that. And we did one of those.
Yeah.
Sam did one in the backyard here before all my woods and everything were chopped down. She was all freaked out one night because we kept hearing something out in the woods. And so we started doing EVPs because we couldn't see anything. And I mean, hers, it came out. I'll have to see if I've got it here somewhere. If we do an EVP show, I'll definitely put that one in there. But she was like, who's here? Who's here? Who's talking? Who wants to talk, or who wants to say something? I forget exactly what she said. And I mean, plain as day, you hear, I'm right here. Like, fucking plain. Like, yeah. It's like, I'm right here. Like they were standing in front of us, and it kind of inflicted that sense of, why can't you see me? I'm right here, So it was like, was it a spirit that didn't understand that we couldn't see them? They just sounded like agitated, like, I'm right here. It was weird.
Well, as we saw coming, China discovers new moon mineral in lunar samples. So they just found like a new crystal. Chinese scientists have found a new lunar mineral in the form of a crystal lurking inside samples collected from the moon in 2020. Changesite Y, named for the the logical Chinese goddess of the moon, Chang's, is a phosphate mineral and polymer crystal. It was found in lunar basalt particles being examined in laboratories in China. The discovery was made by researchers at the Beijing Research Institute of Uranium Geology, who found a single crystal of Changshite Y using X-ray diffraction while studying particles collected on the moon. The finding was announced at a press conference on September 9th. The Commission on New Minerals, Nomenclature and Classification of the International Mineralogical Association confirmed it is a new mineral, according to Chinese state media Global Times. The discovery means China is the third country to discover a new lunar mineral, following the United States, former Soviet Union, which conducted the Apollo crewed lunar landings and Luna sample return missions, respectively. The Chang's 5 mission landed in Oceanus in December 2020 and was the first lunar sample return mission since the 70s. The mission collected 3.81 pounds of lunar samples and delivered them safely to Earth for study. China's next moon mission is expected to be Chang'e 6. It will attempt to collect the first samples from the far side of the moon, which never faces the Earth. Wow, huh? A moon crystal.
Moon crystals, exactly. And that goes back
to the moon crystal.
My last week's article about who's going to govern.
Exactly.
Who can go to the moon and mine stuff, It's like, is it going to just be
That's why I wanted to do this one.
Yeah. But yeah, moon crystal would be pretty awesome.
That'd be sick as hell. And you know how like Neptune rains diamonds and has diamonds like in the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want like the diamonds from that. I want like space crystals, man.
Yeah. Space crystals. I got a few of those.
Even meteorite.
Yep. Libyan glass and the one that I can never remember the damn name.
Moldavite.
What's that?
Moldavite.
Yes, that would be it. I always want to call it the other one now that I forgot that name.
Malachite?
Malachite, yeah. I always want to call it malachite. And I'm like, no, that's not it. Multivite is the one. This one I'm wearing right now, I just wrapped it up today. It's a piece of can't really see it very good.
Debbie's got hers on right now. Whoops, yeah.
This isn't moldavite, but it's a piece of fossilized coral that's been cut, and like the inside of it, it's hollow and it's polished on this side. It's pretty cool. My friend at the crystal shop gifted it to me the other day, so she was like, "You know how to do wire wrapping, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Here you go." So wrapped it up and got it around the neck.
I need to be back in 30 seconds.
All right. So this is back to Florida, man. A couple of them here from Florida. Florida homeless group discovers human skeletal remains in the woods, police say, over in Ocala. And like I say, craziness. Windows going nuts on me here, not Windows, but my computer is acting a fool. There we go. A group of homeless people in Florida made a gruesome discovery in a wooded area early Wednesday, finding human skeletal remains while searching for a place to sleep. Damn. Can't sleep here. There's a dead body buried here. Officers responded to the 1600 block of Southwest 17th Street around 5 a.m. after getting a call about a human skull that was found in the woods behind a warehouse, the Ocala Police Department said. The remains were initially found by homeless people when they were looking into the woods for a decent place to sleep, police said in a statement. When they saw the remains, they called 911. Detectives at the medical examiner responded to the scene. Yep, that's a human skull, all right. Can't sleep here. Move along. Hey, at least they, I guess, did the right thing and called the police, called 911. They could have said, screw it, we're going to sleep tonight. We'll call them in the morning. Because undoubtedly, they didn't sleep there that night. But then again, would you want to sleep somewhere where you just found a dead body in the woods? So there's that point of view. And we'll go to the next one real quick while we're waiting for the reemergence of the Jamie. So we got homeless people that found human remains in the woods. And this one is, I'm doing two in a row, is discovered human remains at a Florida construction site that halts the building of an upscale community. Visions of poltergeist, the whole scene are playing in my head when I read the headlines.
What?
Yeah, the one I just read was homeless people over near Ocala, Florida, found human remains in the woods. They were looking for a place to sleep. This one, human remains were found in a construction area. Human bones were discovered last week at the Florida construction site. They've halted the building of an upscale community while an anthropologist team from the University of South Florida helps detectives search the dig site. The human femur was uncovered on July 18th. While the building crew excavated residential building sites in the Toscana community on Old Kings Road in Palm Coast, the Flagler County area sheriff's office said. This is where I go down to JT's and play at. On Wednesday, Sheriff Rick Staley confirmed to Fox 13 Tampa that 2 femurs and a fragment of a skull and jaw had been found. We got 2 femurs, Staley said. If we find a third femur, we have a problem. Yeah. Detectives called in the USF anthropologist team because it's a specialized equipment that will help speed up the search of the remaining dirt piles for any further signs of human remains. It's covering a lot of ground and digging through these mounds of soil and not missing anything. Bone, clothing, anything else that could be there. The anthropologist, Dr. Aaron Kimberly, told the station. Staley said last week after the discovery that the investigators would remain on scene while they determine the identity of the person and learn what happened. At this point, we won't know how these remains got there, if it was a homicide or a natural death or a suicide, the sheriff said, but we're going to do everything we can to identify the remains and bring closure to the family. In the meantime, the construction site has come to a halt. So at least they're not going to build houses on top of the bones, because I was envisioning poltergeist all over again. The swimming pool scene, to be exact.
There's somewhere out here in California, I think. I don't know if it's San Francisco area or what, but they're talking about building over a cemetery and like, are they moving the bodies or like what are they doing? Most of the times they just move the headstones, crumble them, use them as wave break.
Yep.
Build right on top of the bodies. And go out to the beach, you go to low tide, full on headstones wash up in the sand with like untouched, like perfect headstones. me and Jeff and Glennie did hell of AVP sessions on that beach on a low tide, and that's footage that I still haven't even like reviewed yet.
Damn. Yeah. Anytime they do anything here in St. Augustine, they find human remains. Dig a foot in the ground, you find human remains here.
Well, this one here is just more of like a funny way I was ending it. A UK teen car thief, and I wish they had a video, caught hiding in a giant stuffed teddy bear.
What?
Joshua Dobson, 18, was arrested last month near Manchester on charges of motor vehicle theft, driving while disqualified, and leaving a gas station without paying, police said. Oh, at the top, a teenager in the United Kingdom, wanted in connection with a stolen car, was caught hiding from police in a giant stuffed teddy bear, police revealed Wednesday. Joshua Dobson, 18, was arrested last month near Manchester on charges of motor vehicle theft, driving while disqualified, and leaving a gas station without paying, police said. Police searched for Dobson at a home in Rochdale, where they found him hiding in a very peculiar place. When we went to arrest him, our officers noticed a large bear breathing in the address before finding Dobson inside, police said. Dobson was officially sentenced last week on the charges and will spend 9 months in prison, Rochdale authorities said. The department quiped, hopefully he has a bearable time inside. Yeah. So he somehow got up in that teddy bear.
Looks like he crawled up its butt.
Kind of something like that. Teddy bear will never be the same.
Exactly. Teddy bear's like, why's my butt hurt?
Oh, like, what did I do, man? What the fuck did I do?
It's not my fault, man.
Like literally crawling up my ass. It's like that Ted. What was that? Donnie Wahlberg?
Yeah. Was the talking teddy bear?
Yeah. One of the funny ones I saw in Cops, Wolfie, was the cops were running after this guy, and he was like running in the backyard, and there was like a kid's, like plastic pool, and so the pool was like upside down, so the cops are shining their lights around it and everything, and then they flip it over, and this guy's all like ducked underneath like this kid's like swimming pool. Hiding spots are funny.
Yeah, I've been watching. You ever watch the Patty Mayo videos?
Which ones?
Patty Mayo, the bail bonds guy.
No. I
Yeah,
don't think so.
They're a little entertaining when you're bored.
You'll have to show me.
Yeah, he goes out, hunting these bail bonds. Got people that have like failure to appears and whatnot. And yeah, some of the places they're hiding. I watched one this morning. This guy was out in like this land that just had like junk cars and just crap everywhere. And there's like all these campers and stuff. And this guy like is hiding in one of them, and he's crazier than hell anyways. He's nuts anyways. But they're like, they're walking through, like looking, and they're like, "What is that?" And it's this big, like plastic, big giant. It's not when you said pool or whatever. It's not like a little kiddie pool, but it was just this big, giant plastic tub. He's like, "Is that
like
shit?"
a Rubbermaid?
Yeah, but bigger.
What?
Is that shit in there? And they're like, "Oh god, it stinks." Yeah, it was this giant. I guess
He was in it right side up or upside down then?
he wasn't
Right
in it.
up?
He wasn't in it, but I guess
He
he
was
had just
shitting
been
in it?
just crapping in this giant tub or throwing his poop in this tub for who knows how long. But yeah, it was just, he's like, "I've never seen a giant vat of shit before."
I have. That train car that I used to always go exploring, the Byron train wreck. I did a video of me chasing the homeless lady out of it. I'm like, "You can't be here." Anyways, in the middle of it was a vat of shit. I was just so fucking pissed off when I saw that because, like, motherfucker, this is where we investigate. Like, I said, and you do something with that vat of shit. You do something with it. I don't want to see one single piece of shit left behind. I have no authority over this.
Yeah.
I said, I give you 2 days.
Wow.
So I thought about it for 2 days. I went back out there. Everything was gone. The shit was gone.
Like,
I
wow,
was happy.
A crazy lady was going to get me. I better get my poop and get out of here.
I was like live streaming, like, I'm going to go evict this chick. That was like, a very sentimental spot, and she shouldn't be living in it like that.
Yeah.
Having like be doing prostitutes and shit in there, fucking messing with the energy of that place.
Some prostituting going on. The guy's like, "What's that smell in here?"
I'm like, you can't be here. You can't be doing this.
Tub of poop over there.
I said, I don't care where you go. You just can't stay here. Someone had a car. Like, cars would come by and like visit her and then leave.
Wow.
That was my spot, man. That was a special spot.
He says, Mark Wahlberg. I missed the conversation. I don't know what Mark Wahlberg is about, but dude, I saw a picture of him today. A little video popped up at his gym. For as old as that dude is, man, he looks awesome.
Yeah, he's like Incredible Hulk. I mean, not for real, but he's stayed in a lot of shape.
Yeah, he has.
I still want to try like a Wahlburger.
Yeah, I've heard about those. Oh yeah, he was in the Ted movie. That's right, he was. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Jenny McCarthy. Well, she's with the other one, Donnie.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Donnie?
Yep.
And they're funny. I used to like that show. I always remember Jenny as like MTV though, like the college spring break and stuff. She'd just be up there and then just like fart.
Yeah.
Everyone's like making a big deal about it.
Yep.
Like, oh my God, did you see what Jenny McCarthy did?
Exactly. Well, we only got just a few minutes left, but we want to. I saw a couple of people say something about cards. I can pull some Raven cards. They're real quick cards with just a little short thing on them.
All right, if you would like a card, put a thumbs up or a yes, please. And then I'll write a piece of paper.
think I've done a Raven cards well, at least once. I don't know what they are. Somebody we had on here. I can't remember if it was Jonah or somebody.
Royal.
They were using Raven cards one night.
Royal Debbie. Sariana.
Like I say, these are real short, just kind of one little short message cards, so they'll go quick.
Lori.
Who was the first one?
Wolfie. Does Miss Wolfie want one also? Wolfie? Heather. The first one is Royal, I believe. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, there's Royal. And then is Ariana, Lori, Wolfie, Heather, and Debbie. Debbie's after Royal.
All right. First one up. Back of the card. Looks just like the box. On the front. Oh boy, it's going to be a challenge. I don't have my glasses. Good thing these are in big letter.
Need your glasses.
Need my glasses and my shoes and stepping on piss clamps down by the pier. Let doubt depart and confidence spread wide its strong wings to carry you now. Like I say, these are just short little words of wisdom. But again, let doubt depart and confidence spread wide its strong wings to carry you now.
And then it's Miss Debbie.
Debbie. It says, go to the wellspring that is waiting to flow. Then ask it to do just that. Again, go to the wellspring that is waiting to flow. Then ask it to do just that.
To flow?
Yep.
We've got Miss Azariel next.
This card says, most persons are so absorbed in the contemplation of the outside world that they are wholly oblivious to what is passing on within themselves. And this is what's cool about this deck, is it gives you so many cards to write in your own things on them. And this is one of the ones that I wrote, which is a quote by Tesla.
Oh.
Most persons are so absorbed in the contemplation of the outside world that they are wholly oblivious to what is passing on within themselves. So some advice from Tesla.
Nice.
Yeah, I forgot how many cards that they put in the deck that were blank that you write your own, put your own words in there, which is pretty cool.
And then we've got Miss Lori. I like how they do that. That's pretty cool.
All right, this one, if you can see that top word up there, I'm probably going to butcher how to say it. Sknath Hasnik. Sometimes experiences and things that happen only make sense in relation to each other, and then they form a word that shows that we welcome everything. Thanks. Oh, I get it. Those two words both are the letters from thanks. So sometimes experiences and things that happen only make sense in relation to each other, and then they form a word that shows that we welcome everything. Thanks.
So we've got Mr. Wolfie.
This one says, shows the card right there. Crow, raven sitting on, looks like a crystal ball. Something dead can become food for others. The cut corn, the slaughtered beast, respect what has died and help to transform it by ingesting it with awareness and thanks. Let the wheel of life keep turning. So could go back to where I started at, talking about they don't want us to eat meat anymore. If you respect it, it's still going to be better than crickets, right?
Yeah. And then we've got Miss Heather.
This one shows a nest with eggs in it. Hatch out. It takes time and patience. Have confidence that something wonderful is about to emerge. Even though you don't know what the egg contains, care for yourself. That could be taken several different ways.
It really can. And then we've got Miss Janice. And so far, that's the last offer.
These cards are always so hard to like shuffle because they're big. They're like as big as my hand, big square cards. This one says, shows the raven flying there. Hold still and let yourself be borne up. Upon wings of power, you will come to no harm, for they shall rise you up, that your foot shall not strike against a stone. And that is actually Psalms 9:2, 1, 9:1. Again, it says, hold still and let yourself be borne up. Upon the wings of power, you will come to no harm, for they shall rise you up, that your foot shall not strike against a stone.
And then we've got Mr. John.
This one shows an egg with a chick coming out of it. A baby raven.
A baby?
A baby. A dingo ate my baby. A newly hatched chick has no feathers, only fluff. Don't expect too much of yourself. It takes time. Give yourself time to learn and grow. That can mean a lot.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like short and like right to the point. We have a few minutes. Should we play a couple of rounds of that one game?
Which one's that?
The card game with the funny alternatives.
Where are those?
I still want to get that other game. That was interesting.
The things I wish I didn't know cards?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
6 months.
Sisters, Martine and Louise Fokkens, Fokkens, got into the business of having sex for money at the age of 20 and both retired in their 70s. The pair estimated that they had sex with how many men over the years? These girls were busy. A, 25,000. B, 355,000. C, 124,000. Or D, 91,000.
Over how many years?
They started when they were 20 and they retired when they were in their 70s. And this is both of them together, I'm assuming, not individually. But they estimated they had sex with how many men over the years? Out of all those years, they had to have some women in there too. But either 25,000 A, 355,000 B, 124,000 C, or 91,000 D. Wow, that's a lot of banging going on there. No matter which one you pick. Heather says A. Zuriana says C. Lori says D.
Oh my God. I need the numbers one more time.
A, 25,000. B, 355,000. C, 124,000. Or D, 91,000.
D or B.
Well, if you're going to say B, you and Wolfie got it right. 355,000 swingings going on between those two girls. Man.
That's insanity.
That's a lot of D's nuts up in the house.
D's and B's.
D's and B's. All right. A Missouri couple sued the previous owners of a home after thousands of these came bleeding out of the walls. A, mice. B, raccoons. C, cicadas. Or D,
cicadas.
Spiders.
Cicadas.
Heather's going to say D. Royal's going to say C. Wolfie says spiders. Zuriana says spiders. And Lori says spiders. And you all would be correct with D. It was spiders came raining. Thousands of spiders came raining out, bleeding out of the walls.
Oh, jeez.
Raining, bleeding,
alone.
crawling. Whatever the hell is I'm into snakes, but man, spiders come crawling out of my wall. I'm evacuating.
Yeah, that's when there's a problem.
I'm checking out.
Like those wasps in the yard, that one too was like one thing, but when they're attacking and swarming and doing what they were doing, that was a problem.
Yeah. In just 15 minutes, champion eater Takeru Kobayashi set a new record when he ate 17.1 pounds of, I don't see how you could eat 17 pounds of anything, but he ate 17.1 pounds of and set a new record of A, cow brains, B, horse hooves,
Oh.
C, fish heads, or D, rat tails.
Oh gosh, probably fish heads or rat tails. I don't like any of it. Like fish heads.
You got A, which is cow brains, B is horse hooves, C is fish heads, or D is rat tails?
You can't eat a horse hoof unless you like grind it down like gelatin or something.
Yeah, that'd be like eating 17 pounds of fingernails.
Yeah, you can't do that. I don't think.
Royal says A, cow brains. Heather says C. Wolfie says horse hooves. That makes my stomach hurt just thinking about it. Just thinking about any of it makes my stomach not in a good place.
Yeah.
Zariana says fish heads. Laurie
Fish
says
heads.
fish
Fish heads.
Royal would be correct with the answer A. 17.1 pounds of cow brains.
That just made my eye twitch.
Yeah.
My eye is twitching. This eye is twitching now.
Man. Jeez. Ugh. Hey, I see cow brains in the grocery store. Along next to the
I
tongue.
don't tend to look for any of that.
Tongues, livers, tripe. Honeycomb tripe. Make it sound festive.
Like it's special.
Honeycomb. Yeah.
So, I have like friends and family that eat that stuff. And
yeah.
It's like, my dad loved the hell out of certain like livers and onion soup and rice. And, no. But for him, that was like something he grew up on and one of his favorite things to eat. Can't knock it.
My dad used to like liver and onions, and that's how I started cooking when I was a kid, because my
like
stepdad,
chicken livers.
Yeah. Ooh. My stepdad, I mean, he couldn't like boil water. He was just a non-kitchen person. Yeah, making a bowl of cereal was like tough work for him, but he'd be sitting there bitching. I just one day I was like, "What do you want to eat? I'll go make it." So that's how I started cooking. I just went in the kitchen, started cooking. I watched my mom and my grandmother and my aunt do it for years. I figured, what the hell? It can't be that hard, right? But yeah, he wanted liver and onions one time. And I was like, oh man, that's some nasty shit. I'm going to give it a go. So I made him a plate of liver and onions. I saw how my mom made it. I made it the same way. Made myself some. Sat down with him to eat it. And I was like, nope, not happening. And then not too long ago, just several years ago, I was like, I'm going to try liver again. Maybe I'll like it now. Nope, still don't like it. Nope, never gonna like it.
You want to know my dirty little secret? So my dad all day was boiling his chicken liver, rice, and gizzard concoction like in the crock pot all day. And it just smelled like a broth in there, it had spices and all this, and I thought he was making something else. So like I'm walking through and I go in and I take the spoon and like drink a little bit of the broth part off the top, not like any chunks of nothing, but
yeah.
And he's just looking at me, I'm smiling. He's just looking at me. And then I put it down, spoon in the sink and start walking. He goes, did you like it? I'm like, yeah, it's all right. And he goes, that's my liver, whatever the crap. I'm like, no. I'm like, how could you sit there knowing I was about to eat that? Let me do that. And I was getting mad because I said, you should have stopped me. And he goes, but did you like it? Was it good though? I'm like, well, yeah, I guess it wasn't bad. But
yep.
I wasn't eating none of the gross parts. It was just like the flavor of the soup. But
yep.
Yeah, I drank some of it.
Yep. Yeah,
I didn't know what it was.
I give my dogs chicken livers and gizzards and hearts, and it's just like,
oh god,
they love it. We'll eat it raw. We cook it, but I don't really cook it. I kind of dehydrate it. But they love them, man. They'll live on gizzards and hearts. It's like you're eating guts. You two are disgusting. You're living on chicken entrails. They're like, you don't know what you're missing, Pops.
And they're like, that's the best protein shit in the fucking world. You guys eat duck pate, liver and shit. Why not?
I don't.
You know, people that are rich, no, but people that are rich are like, oh, I'm going to eat fishing roe and duck liver spread on a cracker.
I've tried it.
And some snails, roasted. Oh, I tried that. Ugh.
It's the snails?
Snails.
Yeah. I like snails.
It made my lips swell up, and I swallowed the slime, the beer that I had already drank. The snails sat on top of the beer foam. It was not a good combination.
Oh, that sounds pretty disgusting. What kind of snails were you eating? Yeah, I ate snails
French ones in a French restaurant somewhere.
First time when I went to, in 2005, when I went to France. I was with all my American friends, and they were like, they bring you snails there, like
bread.
Yeah. They bring you snails and seawater, which is wine mixed with water. And I didn't really like that, but I tasted the snails, and I was like, I'll eat the damn snails. So everybody would give me all their, I ate my weight in snails there.
Oh my God. Yesterday that was the best shit in the world, but I couldn't do it. My lips tingled and swelled out.
Yeah, I've eaten pate. Oh,
that's what's duck liver.
Yeah.
Or what they do is they stuff it down the thing's throats till they choke to death or something, and then scoop something out and then spread it on a cracker.
I ain't eating
charge a lot of money for it.
I've eaten caviar, which I don't really care for. I've had sushi that has fish eggs on it, and I'm like, just leave the eggs off.
I've had sushi with the fish eggs. I kind of wiped them. They're the small ones, but can't do the caviar. I tried, but to me, it's too much like salmon roe, like fishing roe. And that smell gets to me. I cannot do caviar. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Debbie like escargot. Yeah, caviar. I tried it. I'm like, this stuff's fucking hell expensive. What's the big deal? I'm gonna try it. They charge that much for it, and it tastes like this. Nope.
You bought it, or someone gave it to you?
Yeah, I tried it. Somebody ordered a caviar dish or something in a restaurant, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. But no, didn't like it. And just like here, it's a southern thing. People, whatever mullet or whatever kind of fish, if it has roe in it, oh, you gotta get the roe out, they would fry it or whatever. I've tried that too. No, give me a fish fillet and keep that mushy orange shit to yourself.
Oh yeah.
But then again, I like oysters too. So, what are they? They're just a water filter. So that doesn't sound too appetizing, but
I don't like the oysters in the shells and all I've tried. But another dirty secret is I like the ones in the can, the oysters.
Oh yeah,
in the oil. My dad and I used to eat those during the football games. Put those on a cracker. See where everything's.
Yep.
And actually fried oysters out of them. Holy shit, that was so good. Yeah. So, actually, a couple of years ago, I was needing whatever iron or vitamin. I don't know. I was craving the shit, and I got a can of them oysters.
Yeah, I always grab
some crackers.
Smoked oysters. Yeah, man, I'll eat those right out of the can.
And I'm a weird food person, so it's really unusual that that's stuff I'll choose to eat.
Yeah.
But I grew up with that.
Yeah. People that suck in chicken bones for the marrow. Yeah, me too. Or yeah, you eat crawfish and you suck the head and guts and stuff come out.
Oh no. That's just I don't need flavor that goddamn bad. I'll eat some rice. that it was sitting on.
All right. Well, that's it. We're out of here. It's after 2. We both got to pee. And we'll catch y'all later next time on Sunday for Paranormal Soup. And then here again for next time on Weird Wednesday. Good night.